Hi Ruben, this is Alan Cochran with ABC, former hitting coach for the Colorado Rockies and the Seattle Mariners. We'll do some video analysis with you here. One of the first things I pay very close attention to, Ruben, is just balance. And balance for me is just maintaining the position of keeping our knees inside of our feet and keeping our head inside of our knees. So as you can see, you're in a good, strong, balanced position. You have an open stance, which it's a style or it's a preference. It may help you to get your head fully turned and your eyes in order to pick up the baseball. That's fine. It's the area that you're probably going to see the widest variance or difference with all hitters. So you're in a good position. You're good and balanced. Okay, we're going to run this thing forward into the load phase. Loading is preparing and storing energy into our back leg, into the inside part of this thigh, into this area, okay? And then I'm preparing to see the baseball. I want to get to a good, strong, loaded position to see the baseball. Again, we're inside this front foot, so we're in a good position. Okay, we're going to run it forward, run it forward. Now, there's a couple different phases here. Most hitters, and you're one of them, your toe is landing first, and that's the first phase of what most hitters do in the load-up area, okay? It is not until this heel plants down into the ground are we fully loaded and ready to go, okay? So again, we can see here that you've loaded weight to the inside part of your leg, okay? This back knee is inside this front foot, so you're in a good position. This front knee is inside. You're in a good position. We don't have any sway with the head. You kept it inside your knees, so we're in a good position there. The other thing that I look for is at this position I want to have equal bend in both knees. So both these knees are going to have good, equal athletic bend. All right. The next thing that I look for is I need to be squared up when I get my heel down. Okay. So this stride foot, we're going to check to make sure that this stride foot is not open any more than 45 degrees. Okay, as you can see here, you're at 56 degrees, so we're a little bit too open with this stride foot. And the more this stride foot starts to open prematurely, or when the heel plants, the more open we are, we're prone to let this front hip want to start our swing and leak open just a little bit too quickly. Okay. We want to try to keep this stride foot more in this area at a 45, and that'll keep this front hip from leaking open just a little bit too much. It'll keep these hips a little bit more squared up once we get to the loaded position, we start our swing. Okay, now as we move into the swing phase, first move that we make is with the lower half is this back knee right here. I want this back knee to drive into the inside part of this front thigh. All right. We can see here you're starting to drive your back knee into that front thigh. You're in a good position. We're inside of our feet. We're inside of our feet. I like that. Okay. That looks good. Now, the first move with the hands, the elbow will actually tuck under. Right here it's starting to tuck under, and it's going to slide into this hip area, this little the rib cage area right here, okay? And when we get to this position where that slides underneath, okay, now as this is slid underneath, I'd rather see your hands, rather than being in this position, I'd rather see them be more over here. I want to try to get a straight line from this back shoulder, this elbow, hands, and this back hip. I want to try to get a straight line working all the way down to my back hip. That's called the connected position. And if I can get to that connected position, then my hands can work in front of my body. They'll start to work forward here, okay, in front of our center of gravity, which is our belly button right here. All right, as they start to work forward, then I get myself into a position. As you can see here, our hands are dragging just a little bit, okay, and it's going to make it difficult to get our hand out in front and hit the ball that's on the inside half of the plate. So at this point, rather than our hands being right here, I'd rather see our hands working more in front of our body at this particular point. Good lower half though, okay? Good drive into the front side. We've got good athletic bend in both knees. I like what's going on there. Our hands are just dragging behind our body just a little bit, okay, as we start to run this forward. Okay, now, as you can see, because our hands are back here, I would rather see our hands right here. Now we're starting to expose the handle of the bat just a little bit more quickly in the hitting area than I would like. So we can just get those hands working in front, get just a little bit better connection. I think we can get our hands a little bit further out front. So we'll continue to run it forward to contact. Again, you can see the ball's got in on you just a little bit. I couldn't see the pitcher. Maybe you got loaded a little bit late and the ball traveled and got a little bit deep. But you have compensated, and you got the barrel to the bat, or the barrel to the ball. So that's a good position. Would like to see our hands right here. I'd like to see our hands in a palm up, palm down position. It's tough to tell where your hands are right there. But I can say that I would like to see at this point, I'd like to see our hands, instead of being here, I'd rather see our hands a little bit more in front of us, so we're delivering a little bit more powerful blow with a little bit more extension at contact. We're going to run forward just a little bit more. As you can see, ball got a little bit deep, and we didn't get our hands in front, so we're starting to work our hands here. We're starting to work them across our body in this direction, and not get that good full extension staying out through the ball. You know, this is the angle of our bat now, and we'll see where it finishes up. Okay, we're just pulling it across. So we've gone from here to there to here, and then we're going to go there. And what I'd like to see is this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and we just get a little bit better extension. So we've got a little bit more power and a little bit more force through the baseball. All right. One thing you do a really good job of, Ruben, is staying under balance. You've done a really good job of keeping your weight on the inside part of that stride foot, and that allowed for you to make the compensation, I think, with your hands, you know, catching that ball just a little bit deep. But and moving forward, I think one of the things I think that would help you is just hit balls off the tee, middle away, and set your foot down. When the heel plants, let's just make sure that we're not any more open than 45 degrees with good athletic bend in both knees. And then we're going to try to slide the elbow underneath into the rib cage, and then I want my shoulder, my hands, my back hip to all line up, and then let your hands work in front of your body from that point on. Our hands we're dragging just a little bit. So go slow, get into that position, and just feel your hands working in front, and then releasing the barrel at contact. So, Ruben, that's it, bud. I want to thank you for coming to our camp.